Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm hoping you're having good Christmas season and a good holiday season. And today we're going to be talking about, I had a client of mine call and or reach out to me and say that her husband, who was a client of mine when I lived in California, is having some prostate issues, and he's getting up a lot at night to go to the bathroom. And so I said, well, send me his irises and let me take a look at it. So we're going to go over that today. I'm also going to talk to you about what I did when I got the virus. I had some kind of a virus. I will never get the test, and I will never get the jab. So I can't specifically say what kind of virus I had or if it was a virus. You know, the virus is really just a theory, okay? And there was actually a little history. There's two theories way back when going around as to why people get sick. And one of them was the germ theory. And the germ theory was a way to make money. So because if you're getting germs, they can tell you what to take to kill them. But there's also other theories about why people get sick. For instance, you have viruses within your body already. All they are little tiny proteins, fractions of proteins. And so when your body is in need of healing, it can cause you to have a cold or a flu-like system. Cold or flu-like symptom is what I'm trying to say. And so that you can get these out of you. So anyway, my husband and I both kind of went through that, and we're truck drivers. We worked together. We were on the road, and we both had it. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we did for that. And anyway, before we get started, let me tell you who I am. I'm Linda Wells, and I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I've been doing this since 2011. I help people learn how to heal themselves, because you don't need to have a doctor's degree to heal yourself, but I'm teaching you about signs and symptoms and how to look in your iris so that you can understand the basics of how to heal your body. Now, if you have an emergency, you know, you break something, or you're already very ill and you end up in the hospital, you obviously need to go to the doctor, okay? But hopefully we can keep you out of that. So you can go to my website, which is goodnewshealthsolutions.com. I will always have my videos there and links to my online supplement store. You will always get 10% off every order. Okay, that's Welevate, and I use them mostly, but I also have a full script account because sometimes Welevate is out of what I want or doesn't have a certain brand. So I sometimes use the full script, and they always give you a 5% discount. Okay, so anyway, let's start off with, let me tell you what we did. We were both hurting and tired. Of course, we're on the road. We're in the middle of a job, so we're not going to go home. We're basically isolated anyway, because we're in our truck together. Well, I always take with me when I'm on the road, I always take some Echinacea, okay, and some colloidal silver. Echinacea, you can take Echinacea every day of your life, and it won't hurt you. All it will do is assist your immune system in getting stronger. And it will help kill anything. If this theory of viruses is true, okay, it will help assist in that, but it also helps your body do its own job. So it's actually nourishment for your own immune system so that it can do what it needs to do. So any kind of, this happens to be a bottle I just bought. I really like Herb Farm, it's organic. But you don't have to get Herb Farm. You don't have to get this specific one. You can get Gaia or Wise Women Herbals. And I just located this brand, Dr. Garber's, which he has an immune system, which helps with the thymus, okay? So you're going to create T cells, which destroys certain kinds of cancers and things like that. So anyway, if you keep these kinds of things on hand, then you're not going to rush to the hospital every time you get sick. So I had this, I had some Echinacea, had some golden seal, and, or not golden seal. Well, this one has golden seal in it. This is colloidal silver. So we just both started upping our intake. This I don't take all the time, only when I feel like something's coming on. You don't want to take colloidal silver every day. But it is supposed to destroy the outside coating of a virus. Okay, so if it is true that that theory is correct, this helps kill the virus before it replicates. Okay, so, and then I always have my lung formula because my lungs are my weak area. Okay, I have weak lungs. If I get ill, it's always in my lungs. And I take these formulas on a regular basis, so I already had them. And so you up that. Of course, these have a way of, because people with asthma use them, they can relax the muscles, so they will prevent asthma attacks. So it can also make you sleepy. So this one you might want to take before you go to bed so you can sleep through the night. You can have a cough syrup with Echinacea and I'm trying to think of what the Echinacea and it'll come to me, sorry. Anyway, you know, you can buy the organic cough syrups, which help with all that. Of course, then there's this Dr. Garber's lung formula, which actually has part of the lung in it to help with the lung tissue healing. Okay, and then this is a different respiratory. It has different, some of the same, but some other things. So when you combine, if you combine a couple, 2 to 3 different formulas for one specific area, you are getting a synergistic effect because you're not taking isolated like D and C all by themselves, because you know they work alone. That can cause your body to be high up here in this one thing, and everything has an antagonist. So if you're taking an isolated chemical, basically is what it's going to end up being, if it's just a vitamin D or a vitamin C or something like that, and it causes an imbalance in everything. But if you get those things through your herbs and through natural food, which those, if you were to buy a food sourced vitamin D or vitamin C, that's all it is, it's just food. So if you're already eating that or you're already taking it in a supplement form, you don't need to add a whole bunch more, okay? Because you're already taking it. Or you could, if you felt like it, you know, use your intuition, take a little bit more, but you don't need the isolated ingredient. And then also, this is a tea, it's an organic tea, breathe deeply. This one does not make you sleepy. It has a little bit of licorice in it, and licorice tends to get rid of get your adrenal glands to release cortisol. So it actually gives you a little uplift, but you want to be careful because depending on if you have high blood pressure and depending on why you have high blood pressure, it could make your blood pressure go up a little bit, but it's kind of rare actually for licorice to do that. So you just want to, you know, keep an eye on that. So that, and then we slept when we can. You just, I still have a little bit of a cough, that residual, but get all the sleep you can. Don't take anything for your pain or your fever. Don't ever take anything for pain or fever unless your fever is so high that it's dangerous. Because once you get to like the 104s, 105s, then you can start having brain damage. So we don't want that. And then I would say, yeah, take some Tylenol or take some of the other one. I don't even buy it, or Advil or whatever it is. So you know, if you get to a dangerous situation, then's when you want to. We had a lot of aches and pains, and I took some CBD oil, and I have a pain reliever that I use that has curcumin and ginger and frankincense. So all those things, there's all kinds of things that are available to you that are natural that you can do, and that way you don't have to go get in the system. You don't have to worry if they're going to admit you in to the hospital, because they changed the way that they handle things on this, and from what I'm hearing, it's not good. I don't have that kind of education, but I'm seeing a lot of doctors speaking out about what has been going on, and you know, anyway, so that's what we did, and we got all the sleep we can, and we're doing great. Have a little bit of a cough, like I said. But so I wanted to go over the eye with you guys that my client had. Like I said, she called, said that he's waking up several times a night. So they sent me his eyes. I looked over them, and then I talked with them about it. And when I talked with him, he said, when I started sharing with him about the acid alkaline chemistry of the body and what kinds of foods cause an acidic outcome and what acids do to your body, right? So if you've been watching me, you understand that pH, parts of hydrogen, your body, 7 is neutral, and anything higher than a 7 is considered alkaline. Anything lower than 7 is considered acidic. And we know that acids break things down and destroy. And just think of battery acid, or think of what Coca-Cola would do if you just kept Coke in your mouth. Can you imagine? You can feel it, okay, what it's doing inside your mouth. Or when you pour it and you can see it bubbling, okay? So acids destroy. Alkaline helps to loosen tight muscles, restore the tissues. It makes your tissues healthy enough so that they can repair themselves, okay? So when I started talking to him about that, and he says, you know, I've been going to the gym, and they keep telling me to eat all this protein. And so when I started eating this protein, I noticed that my symptoms got worse. I said, yeah. So I told him, like I tell everybody else, you know, a raw fruits, raw vegetable diet is your most alkalizing, and fruits are at the top of the list, because fruits will have the most energy in them, so they're going to give you the most energy, and they're most restorative. So grapes, berries, and melons are your best. But when I saw his eyes, I could see that he has good genetics, and I don't think it's going to take him very long to restore and feel better. So, but if you are a person who has lumps and bumps and a lot going on with you, you really can't be, you need to get serious with what you choose to do, and you need to, unfortunately, here's what it takes, because you're very sick, is you have to get very serious about what you're eating. 100% fruits, and you have to take a lot of the herbs that help heal and restore the body. It's really that's the only way to do it. And it does, I know it's difficult because it can be costly if you can't afford a lot. You can do my basic 4, which is on my Wellevate account. There's links on my website, and I'll put it at the bottom here too, that you can go in and search my protocols. As a matter of fact, in my protocols, I have your home sickness kit, basically. Anywhere, I have a bunch of things in there that I like, that are good quality for babies, for teething, for, you know, all that kind of stuff. Your home medicine cabinet. There's the basic 4. You could start there. However, if you look in your eyes and you're seeing other areas then purchase another formula for that area. Okay, so anyway, let's go over his eye. This is his left eye. So as we can see at the very top, okay, so right in here, all around here is the large intestine, okay. First thing I notice is that it's not even. He's got some ballooning, okay. So anytime you see ballooning in your eye there, you have to think parathyroid, because your parathyroid is what is controlling your calcium laying down and picking back up again. You also have to start thinking about what is the pituitary doing, because your pituitary is releasing your growth hormone, which is also involved in repair. Okay, so when you see that, you see ballooning, first thing you need to think about, parathyroid or pituitary. If you're short or you're extra tall, think pituitary, because that's your growth hormone. Okay, if you have had a sluggish thyroid, you might want to think about looking at the parathyroid, looking at the pituitary, because they often all go together. Okay, so anyway, so when I saw the ballooning in his colon, first thing I did was think about, what does his parathyroid look like? And there I have it, right here. There's the parathyroid. So the thyroid is at the inner part of the iris, and at the very, where the colon and the thyroid meet, right at that little spot is the parathyroid, and right there you can see it. He also has, at the very top, at the center, if you're looking at your eye, from the very center, you look up, he's got some little, the holes right in there, okay? That's where the pituitary, the pineal, and the, what is it? The pons. The pons is part of your brainstem, part of your brainstem. Okay. So anyway, so he has worked nights for most of his life, and it could have been what affected his pineal gland. But most of us, honestly, if you're having any trouble sleeping, you got to think pineal gland. Okay, you think adrenal glands and pineal gland, because your pineal gland is what makes melatonin so you can sleep at night. So we have all three of those right here in this. The very center is going to be your pituitary. If you find something that goes way up, keeps going up, then you want to think of the hypothalamus also. Okay, so you have to support both. So, and then what else do we have here? We have some solar plexus. Okay, so yes. So he's having some prostate issues. He's got some testicle issues here. And some right here at the very end, that's the penis area. So he did urinate in a jar, and he is filtering, so that's good. I think he might be only filtering on one side though. So we went ahead and we gave him some kidney bladder formulas also. Okay, so you can see that. Let's see the other eye I have on my computer here. Okay, so here we go. Here's the other eye. This is the right eye. Again, so right here is the penis and the bladder area, okay? And then right in here is either going to be the, my mind's running blank today. The appendix, or just the wall of the abdominal area. But he said he wasn't having any problems, but he didn't feel anything like that. But I can see that he has something there. Okay, so whatever it is, if he changes his diet and he takes his supplements, eventually that will heal too. And as you can see, there's some ballooning also in the on the right eye also, and also up here in the pituitary pineal area. He also has some dark spots in both eyes where his pancreas shows up. So your pancreas basically shows up in 4 corners around the eye there, around where the colon is, okay? And up in here, and also in the other eye, has some sinus and some inner ear type things. But those were the basic things for him. Oh, as you can see on both eyes, you see this blue line, that's a skin ring. And then also the white. Now he's a brunette. Most of the time brunettes tend to have cholesterol rings. And I don't know why, but somehow it seems like dark-haired people tend to have more liver congestion and cholesterol type issues, and blonde-haired people have more lymphatic type things. So we're going to support the liver and his ability to break down that cholesterol. So when you start seeing the cholesterol rings, you know that the acids in the body are starting to harden the cholesterol. Okay, so that's not good, because that's going to block, that's what how blockages happen, and how your blood vessels it starts clinging to the blood vessels. Everything starts getting sluggish, basically. So always alkalizing the body and keeping the body healthy with some supplements. So what I did for him, so gave him the alkaline diet, right? Which he says he loves fruits anyway, but everybody talks about, no fruits, there's too much sugar. Your body runs on carbohydrates, okay? And if you don't get carbohydrates, your brain needs it. It needs some carbohydrates. So fruit does not have to be used by the pancreas. It doesn't need insulin. It goes right into the blood, and your body can use it right away. It's very easy to use. So you're not overworking your pancreas at the same time. However, if you're having blood sugar issues, and it might be the pancreas, it might be that you can't put out enough insulin for your other kinds of foods that create carbohydrates. It could be, and most likely, if you're type 2, your adrenal glands. So remember that the adrenal glands sit on top of the kidneys, and they are like the master gland for the kidneys. So oftentimes, if your bladder and your kidneys aren't filtering, like when you urinate in that jar and you're not seeing filtering, that means you most likely need both, an adrenal gland and a kidney formula, and maybe a couple of them. And for some people who are very, very bad on that spectrum, you might have to dry fast a little bit. And it might take you a while to get your kidneys. Sometimes it takes a while to get the kidneys going, but that's very important. That's like top on your list, is to get your kidneys going, because if you don't get your kidneys flowing and going, then all your sludge from your cells and all the energy that they're putting out are going to stay in your body, because they come out there. A little bit through the liver. The liver does other things, but for like all those lumps and bumps that you might feel under your arms or in your breasts, or you get a cyst, all that is sludge that is staying in your body and is not coming out through your lymphatic system, through your kidneys. So it's like top priority. If you have lower back pain, so you want to think kidneys and adrenal glands, and hit those hearts. But let's get back to the sugar metabolism. So your adrenal glands are important in metabolizing your sugars. They assist your kidneys and your bladder, or your bladder, not your bladder, but your kidneys, and everything flows through the bladder, right? So it's going to be affected. They're involved in your central nervous system, your fight or flight, your ability to handle stress. They're involved in neurotransmitters. They're involved in your blood pressure. So low blood pressure will turn into high blood pressure. If you have low blood pressure, that means your adrenal glands are kapooey, okay? You have low blood pressure, you definitely need to get on a glandular, adrenal glandular, and an adrenal formula, okay? Now certain formulas for high blood pressure, I like the Garden of Life adrenal formula if you have high blood pressure, because it has more of a tendency to help the body relax. Okay, it has the B vitamins and helps you just take a breath and let the tension go. But if you have low blood pressure, then you might want a formula that's higher with the ginsengs. Okay, the things that give you energy. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Anyway, here's what I gave him. Here's what his protocol was. We did the liver. Okay, I'm supporting the liver because of the cholesterol ring. I gave him pancreas support, something for his prostate. I gave him the bone formula. Dr. Garber's, well, it's his formula. This one is a lung, but he has a bone formula that has the parathyroid in it. And I've switched from the parathyroid glandular to his formula because I like it. It seems, I notice with me that I have less pain in my joints. So, and then I gave him a formula that has pineal and pituitary in it, and that helps him sleep. That'll help him sleep. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that I was able to get back on here. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it with your friends. My goal is to help people learn how to heal themselves, and hopefully if you like it, you can go to my Wellevate store and purchase your items there. That helps me. Okay, so have a great day and send me your irises. I'll do my best to get to you. Let me show you how to take them though. They need to be, your camera needs to fill it up, and then get it where I can see the details. Okay, get in close. And if you have like a pin light that you can put at an angle, it really takes about 3 people to be able to do this correctly and to get a good picture. But if you have a pin light, have somebody shine it from the side into the eye. You hold your eye open and then somebody takes the picture. If you don't have a pin light, you can use a small keychain light, but they are brighter than a pin light. So you don't want to hold it on there for a long period of time because you don't want to hurt the eye, and you want to hold it out farther away. Okay? All right, guys, send me your questions, send me your letters along with your irises so I understand your history, and I can give you a better rundown of how to help yourself when I know like your background, like what kind of illnesses you've had throughout your life, what kind of medicines you are on, and then show me your pictures. Okay? Have a great day.